not getting enough oxygen. Oh my goodness, that is genius.
You're welcome.
So that explains the Smurfs then.
They don't get enough oxygen.
They're blue.
They're also like a centimeter tall.
No, they're like that
The
tall.
higher-
They're
no.
like this tall.
The
They're like 5 or 6 inches
no,
tall.
don't you know?
The world used to be full of Smurfs for real. Where do you think the movie came from?
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. Papa Smurf was God. Papa Smurf was he's the leader.
Papa Smurf is not God. God is God.
Gargamel was the devil. It's like a euphemism.
Oh. Don't you know when there's a fire and the oxygen goes to the ground? That's why they tell you to get on the ground. The Smurfs are closer to the ground, so they have plenty of oxygen.
So when a fire happens, all the oxygen is flooded to the ground immediately.
Yes. That's why they tell you to.
Freaking nuts.
That's why they tell you to lay down on the ground.
How the fuck did you graduate
So
college?
that you don't. I have two, thank you. So
You
that
need
way
to
you
have
don't.
them check them.
That way you don't inhale the smoke. Duh.
How old are you again? Let's talk. How old? 41?
I just had a birthday. You tell me.
41, right?
Yeah.
How have you not killed yourself? Have you not run out in front of a car, been accosted by an animal? I don't know.
I stop, look, and listen.
So, back to the maple syrup.
Stop, look, and listen.
Are you gonna get me some fresh squeezed maple syrup next time you make breakfast?
If I can find a maple tree,
Where are you going to get the syrup from, though?
the leaves.
And that's why they're brown, because they're full of syrup.
Yep.
How do you extract the syrup from the leaf?
Donnie said you squeeze them.
What do you think?
I've never made homemade maple syrup before, so I assume you squeeze them.
And then you just pull the stem off and it pours right out that end?
That would be a lot easier. I am so thirsty.
What you're saying is,
That
mean
I'm
it-
dehydrated. I'm thirsty.
no, I'm on the maple syrup right now.
Oh.
I need to invest in a maple tree and like keep it in a little plant back here, and we can always have fresh maple syrup.
Just like people that grow their own weed.
Well, that's
So
what
there's
we need.
weed syrup now?
There might be.
You can get syrup out of all leaves, what you're saying.
No, just maple.
Why? You can't get pine syrup out of pine cones?
No, you use those for decoration.
That's where they get pine sol from.
Oh.
It smells just like it. They make pine sol out of pine cones, don't they?
You know how much money we could save if you just start getting the pine sol out of the pine cones without going to buy the pine sol?
Find some empty bottles and just pour it in there and sell it online. Make a fortune.
Oh,
I bet they grind them up though.
I bet they pour it out like they do the maple syrup.
There's nowhere for it to pour out of.
the cap. Have you ever seen a pine cone? Mm-hmm. The top of it has like a little cap looking thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could you take that off and it pour out?
No, because they can't, because they make pine smelling candles. So they probably grind up the pine cones.
So when they pour the liquid in the candle wax and just make it that way, what would they grind it up for?
To make it smell like pine.
Why don't they just pour the pine sol out of it?
Why
They
do
gotta
you-
get the pine sol out of it somehow. So they gotta get the pine sol
If
out.
they grind up a
So
pine
you're
cone,
saying-
it's going to be hard still. It's not going to be liquid.
So what you're saying is they get the pine sol, so pine cones, they get the pine sol out first, then grind it up and make candles. So it's a double use.
Could you imagine making your own
It could
candles?
be, unless they puree the pine cone. And that's how they make it, you know. I've never made candles before.
I have.
I don't know. But I
Wow.
never thought about the pine saw before.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up. Promise.
I just want to know what fresh maple syrup tastes like compared to maple syrup.
No shit.
Because the other stuff's artificial.
Where does honey come from?
Honeycombs? Honey?
Is it bees pooping? Are we
No, they like-
Are we eating bees poop?
No, they like suck some kind of pollen or something out of a flower
And then
take
shit.
it.
And then shit it.
No, they like go back and I think they like throw it up. Like
Oh,
a
so we're
bird.
eating bee vomit.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a mama bird feeding her baby bird. Like she throws up.
Regurgitation.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think that's what the bees do.
Huh. I really don't know the answer to that, but that's creepy.
I don't know either. I'm just guessing. I
Well,
just
see,
go
they got a
with
stinger. That's kind of like a stem, so maybe you just pull their stem off and pour the freaking honey
You
right out their
can't.
ass.
You can't.
I can. I've done
No,
it.
you can't.
Why?
You can't pull the stinger off of a bee. It'll kill them.
Yeah, I know. But then you can stick the honey up their ass. I understand.
Ew.
Or, I'd rather it come from their ass than just them. I don't know. What, ass or mouth? Does it matter if it's already been regurgitated?
I don't eat honey, so it doesn't matter to me. Besides that, they like process it or something. You know what I mean? Like they, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Like it goes like your filtration. They filter it.
Like, what do you mean, like my filtration? I
Like
don't
water?
regurgitate. I don't filter water.
I'm talking about the companies.
So here's the question. Because you guys are going to get ready to watch The Walking Dead, right? Mm-hmm. You know how rich we could be if we had our own maple tree and you could make maple syrup to trade if it ever happened? And we bought bees and you kept the honey? You know how rich we could be and how powerful we could be in the zombie apocalypse?
You know I already have a bag ready for that, don't you?
Huh? You already have a what?
She already has a zombie bag ready for the apocalypse. It's in the trunk of the car.
Well, it's in case China or North Korea or whoever that Kim Chong, whatever his name is, the little short.
Thought he was just going for California.
Kim Jong-un or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Thought he was just going to bomb California.
He's bombing California. Is that closer to Korea? Or is it North China?
I don't remember what you tell us. You're the one who made the map.
You told us that it went
I
all the way
forget.
across the United States or U.S. and we had to shoot it down because it was going to run out of gas.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Daisy, go.
Go lay down, Daisy. I wonder if people ever think of stuff like this.
Are you?
So you're saying we're not people? Because we're sitting here talking to you about it.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like when people sit.
I wonder
at
if ever
dinner-
people ever think about this? We're people and we're thinking about it, so you answered your own
I
question.
meant other people.
I'm sure they do, but I'm sure they're freaking watching Comedy Central. What do you think?
I don't know. We're watching football.
All right then.
So, when are we buying a maple tree? How quickly can you...
It'll
Do the-
take years for it to grow.
We just need the leaves. They'll have leaves when they're little, won't they?
I don't think I've ever seen a maple tree. They probably have one in like some big orchard
Hey,
somewhere.
maple trees are everywhere. I'd say 40% of all trees are maple.
Yeah, but but they would have.
I don't know. I may be real large on that number, but I'm thinking there's a lot more maple trees than there are a lot of other things.
But
I mean, you have to consider how much syrup's used in the United States every day.
that's what I'm saying. They probably have their own plantation.
Oh,
or
so they're
something.
okay. So that's why you compared it to weed because they're growing it out.
Well, what made me think of the weed was because people. Why did I think of the weed?
I'm 90% sure that the tree outside is a maple tree and the syrup's just going bad. Because that's a maple tree. Isn't that the leaves out there?
Yeah, but those haven't.
Oh yeah.
What do you call that when it's when? What do they do to beer? It's like that. Like it that. See, that must be the process of fermentation.
Fermentation.
Yeah, that.
So you're saying they're fermenting. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna get drunk off maple syrup.
No, I'm saying the process of them going from green to brown. It's the syrup.
It's called the
So,
leaf.
so what you're saying is there is just a certain time of the year we can get the maple syrup out of the leaves.
When they turn brown, yeah.
So we already missed it.
Are they brown yet?
I don't know. I'm not outside. Won't lie to you.
What are you doing?
I'm tired and
So what you're saying is if they're brown, you're making breakfast tomorrow night for dinner. And you're going to get fresh maple syrup.
Haven't you even seen the there's a it's not Aunt Jemima. It's blah. And it's got the picture of the maple leaf on it at the store on the bottle on the front bottle of
so
the
then they've already got a
of the syrup.
copyright on it. We probably can't do it then. What if we'll get in trouble? If you go get that, do we have to send them a quarter?
a quarter.
Yeah,
How much are we going to charge for it? $1 a can.
How big's the can?
Just a little mason jar.
Oh.
well, it'd be more than that. There'd be more process than that. I'm thinking.
How long is it going to take to fill one little jar though?
I don't know. I've never done it. You'll have to Google it. Google how you
How many
do it.
leaves do you think it will take?
Probably depends on the size of the leaves.
Okay, so guesstimate. It's like potatoes. You can't ever really say, hey, my family's going to eat 10 potatoes because potatoes can be this big or this big.
Right.
So guesstimate.
I don't know. Maybe. How big's the mason jar? That big or that big?
No, just one of the little ones.
The little bitty ones?
Yeah, like this big by this big. Nothing huge.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe 15 or 20.
So if we can go outside right now and get 100 leaves, we can get 5 jars possibly.
The question
Possibly.
the question you have to ask yourself is this: don't fall out and break your arm.
What about the ones on the ground? Can we use those? They're closer.
Ooh, bugs have gotten on them and.
Bugs can't fly or nothing, right?
Huh?
Bugs can't fly or nothing, right?
Not on. No, you don't want them to.
So the ones in the trees are good. The ones on the ground are not good.
Right.
It's like an apple whenever it falls.
Right, because there's caterpillars and woolly worms and spiders and ants and dogs.
So basically, you're saying lions and tigers and bears. Oh my!
No, just caterpillars and woolly worms and ants and spiders. What?
My fucking side hurts. Oh fuck! I held it too long. Wow! You're fucking stone cold crazy. Oh my god! I can't do it. Oh dear God.